So let's go ahead and dive into part 2 of our personal budget lab by copying the sheet, the master budget sheet we have, and moving forward. So I'm going to go ahead and take this sheet now. I'm going to right click this sheet, and what I will do is move or copy. And I'm going to copy this sheet. I'm going to create a copy of the budget sheet. There we go. I'm going to move it to the right. I just left click, hold, and drag. Okay. And I'm going to do another one. I'm going to move or copy. I'm going to copy the original sheet. Okay. And I'm going to move it over. Now, what happened there? That should not have happened. Let's do it this way. Let me undo here real quick. I know. I gotta put a value in there. Gotta delete that sheet. I'm gonna come and copy this sheet again. I'm gonna copy up. I forgot to say create a copy, that's why. There we go. Now I have 2 copies. What I'm gonna do is double click on this sheet, and I am gonna name this November 20. I'm going to double click on this one and name it December 20. And then finally, I'm going to come and do one more copy. And I'm going to put that at the back, and this is going to be yearly totals. Now for our example, we're only going to total November and December. But stick around, folks, there's an opportunity for you to earn some serious performance points that I'll tell you about at the end of this video. So now if you notice, I've copied that sheet, and although you can't tell, the sheet is actually changing. So I'm going to come up here and call this November 20. I'm going to call this December 20. Now again, if I want to, right, I can change this format to a long date. Come into more, go into dates, okay, and change it here if I want, or simply change it to text. And if I change it to text and I come in here and say November 20, it'll keep it as text. I'm going to do that by using the Format Painter. Notice this time I'm going to double click on the Format Painter. I'm going to come to my December sheet. I'm going to change that to December 20. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change this to yearly, actually I'll call this 2020 yearly totals. So let's go look at our November sheet and see what's happening here. We've got the numbers. Everything looks good here. Now I could do a couple things. Number one, I could reference back to the budget sheet. What we want to make sure happens is as we go through the year, if we change a budgeted value, let's say in November, my budget for rent goes up $12 to $12.50. Now, if you notice, that changed for November, and it resulted in a change in my total calculations. But in December, it didn't change. So I'll have to remember that if something changes in, say, February, I've got to go reflect that change in March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I don't want to have to remember to do that. So I'm going to try to create an efficient spreadsheet to where I don't have to do that. We're going to start with November, because let's say as we go through here, we notice that in our budgeted amount, we actually made a mistake, and our rent has never been $1,200. It's actually $1,100. Okay? Now, maybe for some reason we spent $12, who knows? But again, we're going to say it was $1,100. But let me change this back to $1,200. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the November sheet, and we are going to reference the budgeted amounts only from the previous month. Well, in November, we don't have a previous month, but we do have a master budget sheet. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do the equal sign. Then I'm going to go back to the master budget sheet, and I'm going to have it reference cell B4 from the master budget sheet. Notice B4 is up here. Okay. And I say enter. Now if I go back here and do the control tilde, I'm going to see that in November, my budgeted amount is actually referencing the previous month. Okay. Now I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it. And if you notice as I paste it, it iterates to the cell in which I'm pasting it. I don't want this to reference the amount in B4. I want it to reference the amount from the master budget sheet in B5. I'm going to come down here and paste these, and paste these. Now, I would not do this for the actual amounts because the whole point in a budget is for it to be accurate down to, in this case, we're doing dollars, down to dollars as to how much I'm spending. So each month, I'm going to come in as things happen. As I pay the mortgage, I'm going to put the actual amount in. As I pay the electricity, as I receive income, I'm going to put the amount in. Now, some of you may decide that I get paid twice a month, so this will be my first paycheck, this will be my second paycheck. All I have to do is click on here and change the row heading. Okay. Now, once I'm done, I'll hit the delete key. And again, I'm going to check to make sure these are right. Okay. I'm going to go back and say, okay, this one's referencing B19. Car payment should be B19. Car payment is B19. See it up here? Or I can do the cross-reference B and 19. So I know it's working. Now in December, we're not going to reference the master budget sheet. We're actually going to reference November, the previous month. So I'm going to come in here and say equals. I'm going to click over to the previous month. And I'm going to grab this sheet. Now if you notice, it's referencing B4, even though I forgot to take off the control tilde on that sheet, which I'll go back and do right now. If you notice, it wasn't referencing the formula, it's referencing the cell. From November 20, it's referencing B4. Now I am going to do the control tilde again. I'm going to copy that, paste it down, paste, paste. Notice I'm leaving the sum. I don't want the sum of the previous month. I want the sum of this month. And again, I'm going to complete these numbers as I have them. Okay? So I'm only going to move the budget sheet. Now here's the value to this. The value to this is in November. Now, if in November my rent changes to $12.50, I'm going to see a reference to the new number. I don't have to remember to go change it for the rest of the year and throw my budget off when I realize it's wrong 6 months from now. So at this point, I have November referencing the master budget sheet, December referencing November, and now I want to do a yearly totals because, you know, although I spend $175 a month on electricity, notice you see a big difference in electricity from budgeted to actual. That's because for my electricity, I go ahead and budget the highest amount I spend in a year for a month, which tends to be in the middle of winter. Now the cool thing is, what that means is that at the end of the month, well, if I look here, let's go ahead and add one more thing. Let's go ahead and do end, actually, let's do this right here. Let's go end of month total. I'll apply the total cell styles here. And I'm going to go ahead and say that this equals this value, okay, minus this value plus this value plus this value. So I'm taking my income minus the total of my expenses. And by doing this correctly, I end up with $99. Now let's figure out, is this correct? Because here I'm showing a negative when in fact it should be a positive. So I know my formula is incorrect. I'm going to double click again. I am going to take D16, D23, D29, those added together minus my income, and now I have the correct $99. Now remember, I can go in and change numbers here to see what happens. I can come in here and make this 500, and thus suddenly I've got less here and the same here. So does this look like the correct amount? Is $199 correct? Well, I'm short 100 here. And I'm actually positive 99.01 here. So again, I know that this is not the correct value because I end up with 199. So it looks like what I really want to do is take my total expenses plus any difference in actual income to have a difference of 99 cents. So the point I'm making is that you've got to check the formulas to make sure you're correct. Let's go ahead and copy this. And we're going to paste that into November and December. Now in November, I had 0 here. But let's say in fact, I did get that amount. I have a positive here, plus a positive 149 here, which means I've got $249. Now, folks, here's what I do with that money. In my budget, I detail so well that I detail things that I want to do, purchases that I want to make. I'll go in and, put an Amazon line for 300, budgeting 100 for 3 months and then buying whatever I want. At the end of the month, I take whatever is left over and I do my best to make sure it's a positive number and I invest it. Doesn't matter how much it is. Before I start the next month, before I know that this income is coming in, I will take this amount and I just write a check to Charles Schwab. Off it goes and I'm investing. So some of you who might think and hear, well, I need 1.5 million to retire. If you start this practice at 20, you've got 40 years of $249 plus whatever you're investing to meet your financial goals. All right, enough about that. So we've got this. Now all we need to do is do the yearly totals. Now if you think about it, the yearly totals is actually November's values plus December's values to figure out what our total is. Now if I do some quick math, 249 and 149, well then I should end up with about 350, 349.01. So I know that that should end up being my yearly total. I'm going to put this number in here. Oops. And add a yearly total. So all I need to do is reference previous sheets. And this is actually much easier than it may sound. I'm going to do the equal sign for my budgeted amount for B4. I'm going to go to November. I'm going to select November, hit the plus key, go over to December, and add the same cell. So if you notice up here, a little hard to see, but November 20 B4 plus December 20 B4, and I'll hit the enter key. Now I'll do the control tilde because all I need to do now is copy this, paste it down, and make sure that it's iterating to the cell that I'm on. And indeed it is. So I know this is correct. So if you take on the challenge, you're going to have to do this for entire 12 months. Now, I always suggest going when you're doing adding up Monday through Sunday, you're adding up January through December. You do it as people read it. Thus, if you notice, I went November, December. I didn't go December, November. Is it wrong if I go December, November, October, September? No, it's not wrong. It's just going to be more difficult for your readers or somebody utilizing your spreadsheet. Maybe you give this out to your friends and say, hey, here's a gift. Here's a personal budget because you're always asking me for money. Just kidding. Or maybe I'm not kidding. I don't know. But you always want to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, left to right, January, February, March through December, left to right. It's not wrong if you did it the other way. Okay? It's just easier for someone to read. Now, once I'm done, on the total sheet, I actually want to total the actuals as well. So I'm going to do equals. And the reason I'm doing the actuals is because this is a total sheet. So I'm going to do the November plus the December, hit the enter key, and indeed that's doing C4 plus C4 of November and December. I'm going to copy that, paste it down, paste that down, and I see some changes happening here, and that's probably a good thing. I'm going to do the Control tilde again after I audit to make sure it's doing the correct cells, which it is. And now I see, okay, I was off a little. 398.02. Well, let's see. Here I've got 100 extra. Here I don't in December. Remember, we only changed that actual in November. And then here's 149. Here's 149. Yep. And that all works out for our yearly total. Now, I promised you a challenge, and here is your challenge. In order to get the minimum points on this assignment, you must have done what we just did. You must have a budget sheet, a November sheet, and a December sheet, no matter what term this is. If you chose to do January and February, great, you need a year-end total. But if you take on the challenge, what I want you to do is I want you to create an entire additional year. That must be January through December. It cannot include these 2 months. It must be an additional 12 sheets plus a yearly total sheet that extrapolates on what we've done here. So consequently, if we were on a February sheet, its budgeted should reference January. If we're on an October sheet, its budgeted should reference September, and so on. And then at the end, you'll do a yearly totals that adds up January through December and gives you what would be a year end. This should actually be end of year. Total. Folks, I hope you find this assignment interesting. It teaches you a lot of the outcomes that you need for the final exam for sure, but better yet, it gives you the opportunity to really start looking at your financial situation and how you can better it with a budget. Take care.